What's up, friends? Today we are back on Pokemon Showdown for another part of our daily Mega Laddering series. Now today we're going to be focusing on Mega Gallade. Mega Gallade, pretty cool Pokemon. It has the same exact speed of Latios and Latias. Outspeeds Terrakion, Keldeo. Strong attack, hitting 429 with a Jolly Nature. And of course it has access to Swords Dance, Knock Off, Close Combat, Zen Headbutt. It's good dual stab. Well, reasonable dual stab, as its Psychic Stab isn't resisted by Fairy. I would have actually liked it better if Gallade would have been Fairy fighting, but it's pretty cool. It has an ability. That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, I'm going to be using SD Gallade, Swords Dance, Knock Off, Close Combat, Zen Headbutt, Jolly Nature. I decided to pair it with Choice Band and Azumarill because this helps me deal with Sableye, which otherwise completely walls Gallade, Mega Sableye rather, as it doesn't take anything from Knock Off since it holds its item. And Azumarill also picks off Sand teams. I decided on Scarf Landorus T because this would be more of an offensive team. Landorus giving me those invaluable pivots, my fighting resist besides Azumarill, as well as being able to deal with Greninja, outspeeding it, outspeeding Latias, etc., going for knockoff. It's also a way of revenge killing Thundurus. So next up on the team, we have basically a Suicide lead, a Spikes, T-Spikes, a Skelepy with Endeavor. This is almost the Uber's set, but generally you run Pin Missile because it KOs Deoxys, as it breaks the Sash, obviously with the 2 hits. Well, you can beat Deoxys. Depends on the Deoxys form, but yeah, I wanted Skelepy. Next up, I wanted Mamoswine because I needed Stealth Rocks, and this is basically my way of also checking Mega Salamence as well as weakening Rotom, because the team doesn't really have much that wants to switch into Rotom, as it's a really weird spread. I decided on Naive. I wanted to go max attack as high as I could go. I only needed this much speed, that way I could outspeed Jolly Loom lead, and not that it really matters because I have Freeze Dry anyway, but this Freeze Dry allows me to a KO Rotom with this special attack investment, as well as outspeed Dragonite with this, and Diggersby, things like that. It's not necessarily going to come into play, but I didn't need to put the rest in special attacks. So last but not least, we have Porygon 2, because looking at this team, I was like, I wanted something that can stop Defog, so automatically I thought Bisharp, but then I continued to look back at the team. I have no switch-ins for Azumarill. I have nothing that wants to take a Draco from Latias, and Bird Spam kind of weakens me. It whittles me so much just because Landorus T is Choice Scarf, so it's easily worn down. So Porygon 2 just basically fit the role. I decided on this spread, just that way I could take Bird Spam. I can also take on Greninja, which is a huge threat. I don't even know why I'm trying to check him on like that. And Porygon 2 doesn't even check it that well. But I do have Discharge, Ice Beam, Discharge for the nice Parachance, Toxic to wear down Rotom, which is otherwise a threat. And that's basically the team. It's not very good. I know it's not very good, but I just wanted to ladder with Mega Gallade, trying it out. And thank you everybody for the continued support, the likes, the comments. I really do appreciate it. Without further ado, we're just going to look for a battle. And we have found one right away. Now, I actually got Jay right away. And his team looking pretty broken. As you can see, he has Mega Slowbro. Honestly, I don't think I can break his team. He has Clefable. Gallade puts in a lot of work this game, though. I'm thinking this is Scarf Landorus, just based on the fact that he has Ferrothorn. I don't think I could break this team, but I'm just going to hit him with a timer real quick, as I will be able to... he's a friend of mine. That's why all my other friends are joining. But I will be able to lead off with my Skelepy and basically get up... what's more invaluable? I think a T-Spike doesn't really help me. I'm just going to get up a Spike right here. That Spike will help around with Greninja. After one Speed Boost, I will be able to outspeed his Landorus T. And, if he wants to, I guess he could just go for... U-turn right here just to break my Sash, as he actually ends up going for Stone Edge, which is amazing for me because he does not know that I have Endeavor, and something is about to get caught. So I don't care what it is. I'm going right for Endeavor, as I am able to catch his Landorus right there. And now I believe I can just go right out into my Gallade and actually just set up an SD. Mega Evolve and set up an SD, as he's locked in a Stone Edge because he did outspeed me. And Gallade actually outspeeds the majority of his team. The best I can do, though, with it is weaken Clefable, which is my plan, because Clefable is a threat. I also have speed investment on my Azumarill. That way I can take on, that way I can outspeed and 2 a KO defensive Clefable. So going to go for SD as I do in the Mega Evolving. And I'm just going to go for knockoff. He will be able to tank that, but it's going to be a 2 a KO. Oh my god, it's not. Mega Slowbro, calm down. If he gets a burn right here, I basically just lose. So, you saw how many times I didn't flinch, though, in those turns? Nice inner focus. Knockoff is 65. Health combat might be actually a bit stronger. Let me calc this real quick. Calc. I don't feel like doing the whatever in my head. What is this, 145? Is it 150? My god. Is it more than that? 155? Oh, bro, calm down. Holy crap. +2. Slowbro. Well, why is Slowbro so fat, though? What did he get, like 160 defense or something like that? Dude, I don't even know these stats, what I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm doing. That looks right, though. It probably didn't, though. None. How do I go to none? How much does +2 knockoff do? Yeah, it looks about right. Now, let's calc close combat. 0. I'm just going to go for knockoff again, as he ends up switching out to Clefable, which is great because he takes his knockoff rather well, and I am able to get rid of his leftovers, which is insane. It's unaware Clefable, though. As you can tell, it did take the Stealth Rock damage, or Spike damage, rather. But I'm actually just going to go for the Zen Headbutt. Maybe I can get a flinch right here, 2 a KO him, as he is able to knock me out with the Moonblast, and I have lost. That is just my opinion. Might not be fact, but we'll see. I go out to my Mamoswine. Actually, I'm going to go to my Stealth Rocks, as Stealth Rocks will help me ensure some kills. I'm not expecting him to recover right here, as he does have Lanner's Teeth, which he can just sack. So what I'm actually going to do is, get at these Stealth Rocks, as he ends up going out to Ferrothorn, which is better for me, I guess you could say, as Ferrothorn is a threat, but at least I can 2 a KO. Well, I can do damage with the Earthquake, rather. I won't be able to 2 a KO, but just going to go right for the Earthquake, as, again, I'm not going to be able to break his team. Wow, that does a lot of damage. I almost wish that was adamant, as he's able to not knock me out with the, he's able to not knock me out with the power, which is nice. I feel like he could just sack right here. Pokemon. I'm just gonna go for Earthquake again, yeah. As he is gonna end up sacking his Landers to Stealth Rock. So yeah, I felt like he could just sack right there. But at the same time, I still do have my Mamoswine inside, as he's probably just gonna go out to Clefable. Honestly, he could have just sacked Clefable right there instead of just going for the Lander sack, as Clefable would have taken the Life Orb damage anyway. But to each their own. My only way of winning this game is potentially Azumarill 2 a KOing Slowbro. So he goes out to Greninja. Greninja, again, a threat. I do have my Porygon, which I'm hoping that I can just go out into and hopefully pull a double from there. We'll see, though. Porygon should be able to take any hit from this Mon. I'm hoping. But going to go out to Porygon 2 as I trace his Protean, as he ends up going for Gunk Shot, and he gets a crit. A bit annoying, but not much I can do about that. I just want to go out to Azumarill, expecting the Latias Stone to come in, as that does end up happening. And what I can do now, I probably could have went for Ice Beam too, but it wouldn't have knocked him out. I can just go right for a Play Rough. I am Choice Banded. It will easily be able to knock out this thing, and it would do damage to the Ferrothorn, which is what I wanted. But able to knock out the Latias, as he goes out into Ferrothorn, and he's definitely just going to go for Power Whip right here. Like, he has zero reason to not go for Power Whip. So I'm actually going to go out to my Landers because I can go for knockoff. Azumarill, if anything, is my win condition. So if he goes for Stealth Rock's good play on his part, but I'm expecting Power Whip as he ends up going for Leech Seed. And I guess I can just go for knockoff right here, as I am able to get rid of his leftovers, which is pretty huge right there, as he ends up getting up his Stealth Rocks. So that's annoying, but nothing I can do about that. Just going to sack my Mamoswine. That way I get a free switch into my Landers once again. Again, this is an annoying Pokemon. This is definitely an annoying Pokemon, but Landers is going to be my only way of whittling it or wearing it down. That way I can go out into Azumarill and hopefully knock it out with a Play Rough from there. But just going to go for Earthquake, as As what I'm hoping to do is wear him down to the point where afterwards I can just go out into my Porygon, but he ends up sacking his Clefable, which is the good play. He needs Ferrothorn in order to win. I have no way of winning this, in all honesty. That's so annoying, especially if this is Iron Defense Calm Mind. I've lost. So, ends up going for Rest, and I guess we'll find out what set he is, because I'm going to go out into my Azumarill. I have to. I have no other play I can make, and I just have to start clicking... Play Rough. So, I'm going to go out to Azumarill, as it's honestly the only play I can make right now. I lost this game from matchup, but... I'm not going to say that. If he reveals Sleep Talk... Alright, Sleep Talk Rest. Alright, so my only way of winning this is probably double critting him. Yeah, I need a double crit. As if he goes for Scald and gets a burn, I've lost. So, second he gets a burn, it's over. Good game, and there it is. So, that's basically the first game right there, guys. I couldn't do much that battle, though. His core was too much. Hopefully, we can do something else in this next battle, as my opponent has a very, very scary team. A Defogger as well as... Wait, as Salamence as well as Sableye, so I assume that this Sableye is the regular Sableye, and this is Thingments. Megaments. Can't talk. Saved my life, but what do I do here? Skelpie is fine, as he ends up leading off with his Sableye, and Sableye is such a threat to my team, man. I am just going to go for Mega Horn. I guess he could burn me if he wanted to. A T-Spike would be nice, so I'm going to go for T-Spike. If he wants to taunt me, that's completely fine. Nothing I can do about that. Again, this team isn't very good, so I won't be able to break anything. Like, at all. His team can't be broken, but I am able to get up my... Toxic Spike, as he ends up going out to Salamence, and... Even if he boosts to +6, I'm pretty sure I'm fine. So I'm just going to go for a Spike right here, as this will let me wear him down bit by bit. This Salamence is becoming annoying. Like I said, even if he goes to +6, as long as he doesn't end up behind a cell, I'm good. So I'm going to get up another T-Spike. He does have that Defogger, of course, but nothing I can do about that. I'm just going to go for Mega Horn just to do as much damage as possible, which is literally 0, as he ends up going for Return. And the thing about Return is that at the end of the day, I can just go for Endeavor after that. If he roosts up, that's completely fine by me. And you guys should go check out my boy Jay the Great, by the way. UU player, using a nice broken Megas. Nice crow, bro. But yeah, you guys should definitely go check him out. So I'm just going to go right for Endeavor. If he goes for Roost, that's a good play. But he ends up going right for Return. And I am forced into Mamoswine. But at the same time, what Mamoswine does is it keeps out Zapdos, which is something I want. So I'm going to go right for Ice Shard. I'm not messing around with this threat. I have one more form of priority on the team, which is Aqua Jet. So definitely not going to want to mess around with this threat, as I am able to get rid of his Salamence. I feel like he played that poorly. He could have just taunted me with Sableye, if anything. And he let me get up the Toxic Spikes, which is something like I wanted. So if anything, Porygon is the Pokemon that I want to get Toxic. So I'm going to go out into Porygon, or Will-O-Wisp, sorry, as he ends up going for Will-O-Wisp. And I believe I'm just going to hit him with an Ice Beam, as he's more than likely going to go for Knockoff. That does a lot. But I don't need this Pokemon at all, so I really don't. I'm just going to hit him with Recover, as poison damage is definitely wearing him down. I don't know. He's most likely going to go for Recover right here. What I want to do is go for Recover and then double and then switch out, expecting his switch, because he really has no business staying in with this Sableye, as poison is wearing him down. So I'm just going to go for Recover. If he wants to go for Taunt, that's another good play on his part. He could definitely do that. Like I said, guys, I'm not confident in this team. It's not a very good team, but he ends up going out to Terrakion, as that's another Pokemon he lets get poisoned, so I'm good with that. As it's looking like it might be a snack wrap with my boy Gallade. Gallade might actually do something in this game, so Lanner's T is definitely by far my best play, as he ends up going out to Bisharp. Ooh, he gets me. He gets me right there, really good. The thing is, though, at +1, can he even KO me? At max HP, I don't even think he can KO me. That was a good play. Not even gonna lie. That is definitely not my spread. That is definitely not my spread. Jolly. Bisharp. He's +1. It's essentially +1. Yeah, Sucker Punch can't knock me out. Even with a Life Orb. Okay. So Earthquake is easily my best play. As I am definitely going for it. He might go for Sucker Punch. He can't knock me out. So he ends up switching back out into a Zapdos after all those Pokemon have already taken damage. So I don't know if I agree with that, but it doesn't matter. I guess what he wants to do is defog away and then heal Bell with his Chansey, which is, I guess, a good play. But he ends up going right for Heat Wave. As is that a Specs Zapdos? Whatever, I'm going for Ice Shard just to get off damage. Not Specs, but offensive Zapdos. That did so much for Thick Fat. Then again, I am naive, so that makes sense. But able to get off the Ice Shard damage, which is nice. Definitely nice. As he ends up going for Heat Wave again. And yeah, that's a locked Zapdos. But I think that Azumarill can actually just clean up right here with Choice Band and Aqua Jet. So I'm just going to spam that. As I will be able to get rid of Zapdos. And I will be able to get rid of Sableye upon switching. Yeah, I think it's my best play just going right for Aqua Jet. So if he wants to go out to Chansey now, because Chansey can definitely tank one Aqua Jet, Chansey's just a free switching for my Gallade. I really don't even care if he T-Waves me. I'm going to go out to Porygon and then double into my Gallade because I don't want him going for some sort of status. And plus, I have Natural Cure, so my burn will be gone. Not that it matters at all, but that's just something to note right there. So I will be able to double back out into my Gallade and as he ends up going out into Terrakion, which is great because he can't even knock me out with any one hit. As I can just Mega Evolve and go right for Close Combat. I will be able to knock him out as I eat up this X Scissor. That did 0. I literally did 0. As I'm able to knock him out with the Close Combat. And now I guess he can go out to Bisharp. Bisharp is really his only play. Which is fine because like I said, I do have my Landers at full HP, and he kind of has to go for Sucker Punch. I guess he can go for something else if he wants to. I'm going out to Landers. I know it does give him the Intimidate, but I'm expecting Sucker Punch right here. My best possible play would actually have been just staying in because Azumarill wins me the game, but he ends up going for Sucker, which is great because now I can just go right for Earthquake as I will be able to tank this one hit, unless he's like Choice Banded. So, Earthquake, easily my best play right here. I really want to build a better Mega Gallade team, but the fact that there's so many Megas like Salamence running around and Slowbro running around really hindering team building. Once those get banned, I think it will be a lot easier. He doesn't even go for Sucker Punch right here, but I'm able to knock him out with the Earthquake. I don't agree with that, and he didn't go for Sucker Punch. And that's basically the game right there. So we're going to look for one more battle. I'll pause it until we find it. Be right back. Alright, so we found another game now. My opponent has a very offensive team. I don't really think a Spike will really do much this game, but I'm going to go for it anyway, as I'm going to lead off with Skelepede as he ends up leading off with Infernape. And what I'm actually going to do is just go right for Endeavor. If he's a Fake Out variant, which is like the old school DPP variant, then, you know, he just broke my Focus Sash. But if he does end up going for like Flare Blitz or something, oh, crap. He did end up going for the Fake Out, though, which is, you know, it's not too bad, in all honesty, because I can just go for Endeavor right here. Obviously, it's not going to do crap to him, but the point is that I break his Focus Sash, which is something I'm expecting him to be. So I'm going to go for Endeavor and break his Sash, as he is able to go right for the Overheat and, of course, knock me out. But I can just go right out into Gallade and, honestly, just Mega Evolve. And Knockoff is by far my best play because I'm going to take a hit anyway since I'm slower than him. If he does choose to stay in or if he goes for Stealth Rocks, that's fine. But either way, Knockoff was my best play if he wanted to switch out right there. And I might just lose to Mega Metagross, which is something I'm aware of. But I missed my Zen Headbutt as he is able to go for Close Combat. Now, that might not look like it mattered too much because I did measly damage. But now that means that Greninja is going to be able to knock me out with any one hit. So that's a bit unfortunate right there. But I'm able to knock him out. As he does have Talonflame, he can go out into, I guess, Dragonite 2. I don't know if I go out to Greninja just yet. Though Metagross, of course, is another safe play, honestly. I don't know. This game is something I don't see me winning, but I can't go into games looking all down. I'm going to pause it, though, until he picks a move. Alright, so he goes out to Greninja. If he has Gunk Shot, I'll die. If it's any other move, though, I'm pretty sure I can live it. So I'm just going to go for Close Combat as he ends up missing a Hydro Pump. Unfortunate. Yeah, boy, as Gallade is able to get a kill. Not bad. Get another kill. Racking it up for my boy Gallade. I didn't see a miss right there. If you didn't want to miss, you could have used water gun. Would have hit me. Just saying. No, that's unfair. But it's whatever. As he ends up going out to Talonflame now. And Talonflame is a threat. Mamoswine, I need Mamoswine. I don't even need this Pokemon. Yeah, what do you do? Just going to go for knockoff as he's able to knock me out with the Brave Bird. And I do have a free switch into my Porygon too. And the great thing is because I have Discharge, Gale Wings, nice. That helps me. Because I have Discharge, one, it'll knock out the Talonflame, and two, if he does end up switching out into like Dragonite or Metagross, I have that chance to paralyze him, that 30% chance, I believe. Let me read it real quick. 30% chances. So if I get that paralysis, I'm in a really nice position. But the good thing is Greninja's gone as he ends up going out to Latios. Latios is not a counter to me, unless he could trick me. If he tricks me, that's bad. But I'm gonna go for Recover as that Psyshock did 0. What is that? What is that damage? I will be able to go for a Discharge again. If he wants to stay in with this Latios, completely fine. Like, once I get a pair on him, gone. So, I'm actually going to go for Discharge one more time just in case he does want to switch out into Metagross or Dragonite. I would appreciate Paralysis on those two Pokemon. And as you can see, Psyshock is doing 0. So, it's easily, I think it's my best play right here. Because I can always recover up versus any of his Pokemon anyway, as I will be able to live even a CB, Superpower, or Outrage from his Dragonite. So he ends up switching out into the Dragonite, as we just previously discussed. And I don't think this will knock it out, but I'm just going to recover as he ends up going back out into Latios. And that's really fishy. That's extremely fishy. Are you choiced? Are you choiced, Latios? I don't want you to trick me. So I'm going to go out to Azumarill because I don't mind if Azumarill gets tricked. As, let's say he is Scarf. Well, one, I'll be able to outspeed him. And if he wants to drop a Draco, which is the only other play he can make. So he doesn't end up going for Trick as he doesn't end up being Choice Scarf. And that means I can just spam Knockoff at this point. Knocking out Latios. It will also be able to do significant damage to Metagross, which is something that I want to be hit with damage. So able to knock out the Latios as I guess he can go out to Talonflame now if he wants to. I think I can live a Banded Brave Bird though. Dragonite's also another play, but he doesn't go out to Dragonite. Talonflame, sorry, excuse me. And goes for Will-O-Wisp as he unfortunately misses. Again, that is unfortunate. Do I have to let him burn me? I'm just gonna go for Knockoff again. I don't care if he goes for it. I don't care if he goes for Will-O-Wisp again. He's Sharp Beak though, which explains, I guess, why he would switch out versus Porygon. He couldn't take on Porygon anyway. No, Sharp Beak Will-O-Wisp, so he's probably not SD. He might be Roost. I'm not sure. He might be U-turn variant. Him missing Wisp is very, very nice. Not going to complain about that at all. But I'm just going to go for Knockoff again. Unfortunately, Mega Gallade didn't do anything. But as you can see, guys, it didn't flinch. When that Hydro Pump hit him in the face, it didn't flinch once. So, Inner Focus, man. Revelation for that Pokemon. But yeah, he goes for Tailwind, which isn't something I worry too much because I have Ice Shard priority for Dragonite. And my Porygon is at full. So, and plus I can knock off the Dragonite if anything. So it goes out to Metagross, which I believe I can live one hit from. So I'm just going to go for the knockoff as I will be able to not live that hit. Holy crap. As I'm actually going to go out into my Landorus just to get off the Intimidate on him. I'm thinking he might actually have Ice Punch because he has Thunder Punch. So I'm going to switch out into my Porygon too as I can take any one hit. Actually, that Tailwind being up is really nice. That was a good play on his part. Because now he outspeeds my Scarf Landers, and I was forced to take unnecessary Stealth Rock damage. I can't even knock him out with Earthquake. That's how ridiculously bulky Mega Metagross is. I just did a session on it, too. I'm actually really proud of that team. That team was a decent team, but he's going to go for Meteor Mash, as that's doing a lot. I want to go for Recover right here. Meteor Mash has that chance to miss. I also want to stall out his turns of Tailwind, as if I actually do get a Discharge Paralysis, which once again, that's why I'm running Discharge on this Porygon, because I want to get the Paralysis, I can actually beat him with my Mamoswine as he ends up going for the hammer arm right there. So I guess that's better. Recover is honestly my best play. I need a bit of damage on him. Getting off this paralysis means that my Mamoswine does outspeed, and Mamoswine will be able to clean up after. So I'm going to go for the discharge, as I do end up getting that para. And now what I can do is just go for recover one more time. I don't need hammer arm. What is it? Do you have what is his last move? If it's BP, then that's kind of scary. But I'm going to go for discharge one more time as he ends up bringing out Dragonite. And like I said, Dragonite cannot knock me out even with a CB outrage, which that is. So I'm going to be able to go right for Ice Beam as I can take him out with the discharge damage. And Porygon 2, putting the entire team on his back, just hacking. But that is why I use discharge. Same reason why you use Scald over Surf, etc., etc. But that's basically going to be the session. Sorry it's really like quick and the team isn't that good. Honestly, today hasn't been my day. I'm not really feeling very well, but when do I ever feel well? And yeah, just stuff is happening, so I apologize, but I really do want to make this, daily. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and until next time, later.